A few words and expressions that mirror our Grenadian history. There are so many. I can go on and on, but I'll just list a few. You can, of course, find more in my book, We Kinda Talk. The picture that you are looking at there, I give credit to someone by the name of Nana Singh. And this, of course, that picture will bring back memories to some. Memories. So let me begin. Mayo. Do you know that Grenada was once called Mayo? M-A-Y-O? Some say Mao. Kalinago and Galibi. Europeans call them Caribs. The interesting thing is, they never referred to themselves as Caribs. Mabuya. Well, some of you pass Mabuya every day near Guave. A Kalinago word. Spirit of the underworld. Yes, a place near Guave. Also an island in the Grenadines, and the name for a type of lizard called Mabuya. There's so many of the words that the Kalinago used we do not know. What about we will never let our leader fall, for we love him the best of all. And this was a song actually in Uncle Gary's time. We will never let our leader fall, for we love him the best of all. Does this tell you anything about our leaders and the people? Yes, popular during Uncle Gary's time. Still the mindset of many who support leaders today. We will never let our leader fall. He could do what he wants. We ain't letting him fall. Not even Good Friday falls on a Sunday. Squandermania. The term used to label Gary's, what was termed Gary's reckless spending, use of public funds. So this word came about, squandermania. And the British didn't like that at all. They sent a battleship to put Gary on. Make a message. Well, when our parents sent us to the shop to buy stuff like corned beef and rice and sugar, they sent us out to make a message. And when we cry out, boy, sometimes in surprise, we shout out, Bonjour! Good God! You know, many of us will be speaking more of the French patois today. If the English, when they took over Grenada, when they got Grenada by the Treaty of Paris, 1763, and the Treaty of Versailles, finally, 1783, they made it a duty to stamp out all semblance of Frenchness from Grenada, even embarked on changing up the names of places in Grenada. They were not quite successful there because we still have names as Beaulieu and Mangelot. But they treated the French-speaking Grenadians so bad, some of them had to run to places like Trinidad. That's why even today there are people in Trinidad And the French Creole people down there could point to Grenada. And some will tell you, never uncle or grandaunt or somebody in Grenada that are related by blood. They are related by blood. Yes, the English sought to stamp out the Frenchness from Grenada. But there were more. There were more. What about the grown people? Well, we say in Grenada, big people. The big people. When they did not want the young ones to hear what they were saying, and those who spoke the French patois spoke what was called big people talk. Children never got the opportunity to learn the French patois. It will surprise you, however, to know, probably surprise you, that in 1920 and 1930, the French patois was still spoken, was popular in Grenada back then. Nobody said Grenville then. Everybody said L'Abbé. So if more people speak more French patois today, many will not have to struggle to find out the meaning of manger popote. Colony Hospital, the major hospital in Grenada back then, colonial times. A number of people who are alive today were born in the Colony Hospital in St. George's. And those people can tell you about the district board, sort of a town council in Grenada. The breakfast shed, where poor people, children were given food, breakfast, before they went to school in the morning. And they will also tell you of a man called T.E. Noble Smith and Mr. Norbert Nayak. Masanto, also the name of somebody, people call Masanto. Masanto that provided light. We also call it a flambeau, a bottle torch. Popular before electric light became widespread in Grenada. Help you to see in the dark. And unscrupulous estate owners, unscrupulous, forcing people to work after dark, popular term again, after dark, picking up nutmeg and cocoa with the use of Masanto flambeau, which provided the light back then. But we do remember also the lamp. There's something so soothing about the lamp, man. It brings back a lot of good memories. And especially the words that were written on the lampshade. Home, sweet home. Homes, but that was a time when you enter a house and you say, God bless the house or the home. Popular saying back then. We forget a lot of these things, eh? We forget a lot of these things. There were jobs in Grenada that people looked down on. If your father or your mother was a travel worker or a grave digger or what was called a scavenger, boy, they should look down on that. Regarding the travel work, give praise to Uncle Gary, who tried to give some a good term, I would say, when he labeled those who walked on the road engineers. Road engineers, not travel workers. Coco Bay, term for leprosy. Did anyone tell you about quarantine station? The place where lepers, those who suffered from the terrible disease called leprosy, were housed. Quarantine station, they called it leper settlement. Enemies of progress. Counter. Destabilizers. Boy, in Grenada, we good and we class, you know. But I'll tell you this in closing. Many who are freely talking today, and what many of us call freedom of speech, would be up in the calaboose, looking down at the St. George's Harbor, if they said what they are saying today, had they lived back in a certain period or periods. Putting you in the calaboose, boy, you can't talk. So anybody who could talk without any kind of punishment, you better say thank God. Anthony Wendell the Riggs.